Welcome back. You know that specific feeling when you walk into a room and the atmosphere just
Oh,
shifts?
absolutely.
It isn't just that things look different, they actually feel different.
It's about intention, isn't it? Especially with holidays. You want your space to reflect that uh, internal feeling you're aiming for. It's like setting the stage.
Exactly. And with Ramadan coming up, that desire to transform your home is huge. You want that shift.
Mm-hmm.
But, and we've all been there, you go online or you go to the store and you just hit a wall.
Yeah, it's either really expensive or it's
Generic. It just feels so generic.
mass-produced. It doesn't have any soul to it.
Right. It feels like it just came off a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
So today we are solving that. We are exploring the intersection of modern crafting. I'm talking Cricuts, laser cutters, SVG files, and that traditional spiritual atmosphere.
I love this.
Welcome to the Crafting Made Simple podcast. We're going to help you get your home ready for Ramadan, but we're going to do it with your own hands.
This is such a great topic because it really bridges that gap. You know, we think of technology and tradition as these separate things, but here they are, just working together beautifully. And we have an amazing guide for this. We do. We're basically walking through a blog post from Paper Flow Designs called 7 DIY Ramadan Decorations to Make Your Home Festive and Cozy.
And the author, Na Ardua, is perfect for this. She's a digital illustrator who makes SVG files for crafters and small businesses, so she gets it. She knows the technical side of turning a design on a screen into a real physical thing.
She knows the pain of getting that cut line just right.
Oh, she does.
And looking at this list she's put together, the thing that stands out to me is the range. I mean, we've got projects that are purely for looks, but then others that are functional, and some that are actually deeply spiritual.
So our mission today is to walk you through these 7 projects. We want to help you figure out which one fits your vibe, your skill level, whether you're a beginner or a laser cutting pro, and of course your home.
Whether you want a prayer nook or just a cool centerpiece, we've got you covered.
Definitely. But before we get into the sawdust and vinyl, if you love these practical how-to kinds of breakdowns, you really need to be on the newsletter.
Oh, 100%. It's the best way to make sure you don't miss out on templates, tips, all the stuff we talk about here.
For sure. You can sign up for the Crafting Made Simple newsletter just by clicking the link in the description. It's that BirdSend link, https://birdsend.pageforms981bozlr. Yes, seriously, do it now so you don't forget.
Okay, so let's start with the philosophy. Now it brings us up right at the beginning of the post. Why DIY? Why not just buy a banner on Amazon and, call it a day?
Well, aside from the budget factor, because let's be real, tasteful decor is pricey, there's this customization piece that you just can't buy.
That's the key. Now points out that these ideas are for 2 different groups. You've got people decorating their own homes who want something unique, but then there's this huge group of listeners who make items to sell.
And that is a massive market right now. Personalized holiday decor is just booming.
It's huge. And if you have a machine like a Cricut or a Glowforge, you're already halfway there. I mean, think about it. 10 years ago, making this stuff meant hours of hand cutting with an X-Acto knife.
Oh, yes.
Now you can make professional-looking decor right in your living room.
It's the democratization of design, really. So let's get into the actual projects. Na's first section is all about setting the atmosphere.
The visual wow factor.
Right. And project number 1 is the DIY paper and wood mosque.
This one is just a masterclass in mixed media. Visually, it's stunning because of that contrast.
Okay, so break it down for us. What are we actually making here?
So picture a skyline on your mantle. The main structure, the silhouette of the mosque, is laser-cut wood. That gives it that rigid, heavy, premium feel.
Okay.
But then for the domes, she suggests using folded cardstock or even origami techniques.
That's interesting. Usually it's all one or the other, right? All wood or all paper.
Right. But mixing them creates this amazing depth. You get the hard, flat wood against the soft, dimensional paper. It catches the light differently. And of course, she says to top it with a little crescent moon for that authentic touch.
And for styling, it's not just about making one little building and sticking it in the corner, is it?
No, and that's a key tip from Nye. She says arrange them in different sizes, different colors. You want to create a whole layered skyline effect on your table or mantle.
That layering is what makes it look expensive. And because you're making it, you control the colors. If your living room is all neutrals, you don't have to settle for the bright golds the store is selling. You can match it to your house.
That is the Cricut advantage. You're not at the mercy of some store buyer's taste. Okay, moving to project 2, we have something that just feels essential for the holiday. The elegant Ramadan lantern centerpiece.
You can't have Ramadan without a lantern, a fanus. It's iconic. So nostalgic for so many people.
It really is.
So how do we make this DIY style?
This is where those SVG files are they're everything. The project is all about carving these intricate geometric patterns out of wood or heavy cardstock or even acrylic.
And those patterns are just so beautiful, but so complex.
Exactly. Have you ever tried cutting one of those by hand with an X-Acto knife?
I have. It ends in tears and hand cramps and a ruined piece of paper.
Exactly. It's impossible to get it clean. But with a cutting machine, it's perfect. It's so precise. But the real cozy factor that Na talks about comes from the lighting. She's very clear about using LED candles or fairy lights inside.
Safety first, especially with paper or wood. Real candles are a big no-go.
Definitely no open flames.
Yeah.
But the LEDs give you that warm, flickering glow through the cutouts. It casts these beautiful shadows on the table. And here's a note for our business-minded listeners. Na specifically says personalized lanterns are a high-demand item.
And that makes total sense. Everyone wants their family name, the Khan family, cut into the side. It turns it from just a decoration into an heirloom.
Precisely. If you have a laser cutter, that is a product line just waiting to happen. You buy the SVG, you add the name, you cut. It's so simple.
Okay, for the third project, we have something a bit softer. The floral crescent moon.
This one is so photogenic. If the lanterns are sharp and geometric, this is all soft and organic. It brings a totally different energy into the room.
So how do you build it?
You start with a frame. So you either shape a wire frame or you cut a wooden one into a big crescent moon shape. That's your base.
Got it.
Then you just wrap that whole frame with artificial flowers and warm fairy lights.
That sounds like something you'd see at a wedding. It's very elegant.
It is. But the one detail that makes it scream Ramadan, instead of just, spring decor, is hanging a little mini lantern right in the center of the crescent.
Oh, I love that. So the moon frames the lantern?
It's a great little composition.
Yeah.
And it's super versatile. Na says you can put it on a mantle or use it as a centerpiece for your iftar table. It brings a bit of nature into the whole scheme.
So we've got the atmosphere set. We have the skyline, the lanterns, the floral moon. But Ramadan isn't just about looking at pretty things. It's about engagement.
That's right. And that brings us to the next section of Na's list, interactive decor. This is where the craft serves a real function. It actually facilitates the activities of the month.
And project number 4 is a huge one for families, the Ramadan countdown calendar.
This has become such a staple. It's all about tracking the days to Eid, which really builds that anticipation, especially for kids who can't really grasp the concept of a whole month.
Right. And doing it DIY means it can look so much better than those cheap cardboard chocolate calendars from the store.
Oh yeah. Nas suggests using a wooden board or a printable calendar with little numbered pockets. But the customization is where it gets cool. She mentions using a wooden picture frame for a quote, and you can actually engrave the quote right onto the frame.
That's so classy. That makes it a real piece of decor. And then you design the numbers with your Cricut.
But here's the part that I think is really special. It's not just what it looks like, it's what you put inside the pockets.
Usually it's just chocolate or a date. Right.
And she mentions treats, but she also suggests filling the pockets with good deed challenges.
I absolutely love that concept.
Me too. So instead of just getting a sugar rush, your kid pulls out a note that says, "Help clean the table after iftar," or "Call your grandma to say hello."
That completely shifts the focus. It makes kindness into a game. It aligns the fun of the countdown with the actual spirit of the month.
Exactly. It connects the decor to the behavior. It makes the lessons of Ramadan tangible for a 6-year-old. And speaking of learning, that brings us to project number 5, the Ramadan Reading Nook.
This is my favorite one on the list. I mean, honestly, I want a reading nook and I'm an adult.
You and me both. The whole idea is to create a space within a space. So you set up a cozy little tent or a canopy with some sheer fabric and string up some lights.
And right away, that just makes it feel magical for a kid. It separates it from the rest of the noisy house.
It creates a little boundary. And inside, you fill it with plush, prayer mats, Islamic books, activity books.
And of course, you hang a Ramadan Mubarak banner across the top.
Right. The goal here is to encourage learning and quiet reflection. It gets kids excited for Eid al-Fitr, but through a calm educational activity, not just, running around.
It's creating a positive association. This is my special tent where I get to read my special books.
Exactly. It's environmental psychology.
Yeah.
And that idea of a special space leads us right into the next section. We've talked about play and learning, but we also need to talk about the core of the month, which is spirituality.
Which brings us to project number 6, the Cozy Prayer Corner.
Now, you might be thinking, how is this different from the writing nook?
Yeah, isn't it kind of the same thing? A quiet spot on the floor?
Similar elements, totally different purpose. The reading nook is for stories and learning. The prayer corner is for spiritual reflection and actual prayer, so sala. So it needs to be quieter, maybe a bit more minimalist.
So what do you put in there to make it different?
Na suggests a quiet corner of the house, away from the TV. You put down a really soft rug or a high-quality prayer mat. Soft lighting is key, so lanterns again, to create that peaceful ambience. And for the walls, Islamic wall art, calligraphy, maybe some Kaaba prints.
And there was a specific advanced craft she mentioned for this space, right? For the real crafting pros.
Yes, she suggests creating a model of the Kana Kaaba using laser-cut wood or even sturdy cardboard.
Wow, that is a project.
It is. But imagine the effect. Putting that model in the prayer corner serves as a visual focus. It's a constant reminder of faith that grounds the space.
It transforms a corner of your bedroom into a little sanctuary. That's beautiful.
It really is. And finally, moving from the quiet corner to the main wall. Project number 7 is the hanging paper lantern wall decor.
This is your statement piece. This is the thing people see when they walk in and go, whoa.
Exactly. It's a cascading pattern of these lightweight lanterns. You cut them out of cardstock or felt using 3D lantern SVG files.
Wait, so they're not just flat stickers?
No, and that's the craft part. They're three-dimensional, they pop, they might be folded or assembled so they stick out from the wall, creating these cool shadows. And the styling tip she gives is absolutely crucial here.
What's the tip?
Contrast. She says to hang these on a gray or a dark-colored wall.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, if you put white or gold paper lanterns on a white wall, they just disappear. But put them on a charcoal or navy blue wall, and they pop. The outline is so crisp.
It takes it from craft project to interior design.
It does. And again, now points out this is another great item to sell in sets. Because they're made of cardstock or felt, they're super lightweight, and that means they're easy to ship.
Oh, that's a great point. Shipping heavy wood lanterns eats into your profit margin. Flat pack paper lanterns are cheap to mail.
Exactly. So if you're thinking about an Etsy shop for Ramadan, this is a really smart entry point.
So let's recap. We've covered the mixed media mosque, the geometric lanterns, the floral moon, the countdown calendar with good deeds, the reading nook, the prayer corner, and the cascading wall decor. That is a lot of crafting.
It is, but notice the range of difficulty there. I mean, you have simple paper crafts all the way up to intricate laser-cut wood projects.
That's the beauty of this list. You don't have to do all 7. You just pick the one that speaks to you or the one that fills a gap in your home.
And remember, getting the design right is half the battle. If you're looking for the supplies or those specific SVG files to make these projects so you don't have to design them yourself, we've linked the blog post in the show notes. Or you can just go straight to paperflowdesigns.com.
Na has done all the hard design work, so you just have to hit cut and assemble.
Which is the best kind of DIY, let's be honest. We love a shortcut that looks professional.
We really do. Before we wrap up, I just want to remind you one more time. If you like this breakdown and you want more crafting tips, sign up for the Crafting Made Simple newsletter.
The link is https://birdsend.pageforms981BOZLRES. It's right there in the description. Don't miss out.
So when I look at all this as a whole, I think the biggest takeaway for me isn't even about the decorations themselves.
No. What is it for you?
It goes back to what we said at the start, intention. You know, you can buy a lantern at a store, and it's fine, it works. But when you spend an afternoon weeding vinyl...
The tedious meditative art of weeding.
Exactly. Or when you're gluing those little paper domes...
Yeah.
You're pouring your intention into the holiday before it even begins. You are physically building the excitement.
That's a beautiful way to put it. The act of preparation becomes part of the celebration itself. It's not a chore, it's an act of welcoming the month.
And when your kids see you making it, or they help you stuff those good deed envelopes, they understand that this time is special because we made it special. It didn't just show up in a box from Amazon.
And that warmth, that personal touch, that's something you simply cannot buy off a shelf, no matter how much you spend.
Well said. That's all for today's deep dive into DIY Ramadan decor. We hope you feel inspired to fire up those crickets and get creative.
Happy crafting, everyone.
See you next time on Crafting Made Simple.